morning, DBS. Thank you so much for choosing to wake up with us here on DBS this morning. My name is Jacka Whitting, and I will be holding your hand throughout the entire process. So don't worry, you still have some time to shake the mawes out of your eyes. I know there might still be some tiredness, although we're just off the heels of the weekend. I hope you had a great Monday as well. Right now, we're getting ready to start off your day the right way with the morning news highlights. Let's check out the latest from our news team.
Good morning. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has repeated government's commitment to providing additional funding to the police, funding that will allow the department to continue the work already being done to target criminals. Fiscal challenges, however, will see that assistance coming gradually rather than in one round sum.
You know, is on stages. We increased the Firearms Act, and on Friday there was a graduation of 40 members of the SSU who we hope will be out in the streets dealing with crime. It's incremental. We can't do everything one time. We did not find the crime problem. The crime problem has been something that's been in St. Lucia for a while. It's something that we abhor. It's something that we think we should do something about it. But I can't speak to a state emergency at this point.
Pierre has also announced the plans for the construction of a new Groseley police station at the current location. The Castries Groseley Highway has been renamed after former Foreign Affairs Minister and UN Ambassador Sir Julian Robert Hunt.
However, the section of road which seems to be making social media as we speak is the section from the Groseley Junction to the Cap Estate Gate. That section of road only last week, in discussion with the Prime Minister, considering the severe nature of the pavement, the carriageway, ever since the rains of this year, and this is a perennial thing, we have decided to go ahead of the implementation of the rehabilitation of the Castries Groseley Highway and to award a contract to a local contractor to reconstruct that road from Groseley Town to the Cap Estate Gate.
The renaming ceremony took place on Sunday. The Minister for Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment has engaged the St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, LUCELEC, in discussions on the possibility of introducing prepaid electricity plans for the island's less fortunate.
As a matter of fact, they're moving from almost 10,000 to 50% of the population in Dominica is now consuming electricity on a prepaid approach. Poor persons, the incident of disconnection is not as it is in St. Lucia. It's obvious that when persons can decide as to how much they're going to put to their electricity, they consume accordingly, as against just having total connection and you only discover what you're consuming when you receive the bill.
He says a similar approach has been adopted in neighboring Dominica, and successfully so. Recently, some 40 stakeholders, including principals and teachers, were brought together to discuss the way forward for Soufrière's education sector.
Upon assuming office at the SRDF, we took a look at the mandate of the SRDF, and we observed there were a few areas that we needed to emphasize and elaborate on. One was the question is, what is the function of the foundation in enhancing the question of the educational output? Because we thought Soufrière's development was too ad hoc, not coordinated. And so we thought there was a need for us to put all these things which impact on the future of a community of that nature in one document. Now, I know the argument is going to be we've had several of these in the past and they just go on the shelf, gather dust, and there's no implementation. It is for that reason that we have engaged the services of Mr. Francis, who is charged with the function of attending all of these, getting the ideas, synthesizing the ideas, collating this thing, and preparing a budget for the implementation of what we can do from a local perspective.
The one-day education symposium was designed by the Soufrière Regional Development Foundation, the SRDF, and marked the second in a series of symposiums that will be held under the umbrella of the Soufrière 2040 project. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
And with that, we come to the end of our morning news highlights. We are heading into a quick commercial break. So this is about the time that you make sure that everybody in the household is ready to take in today's show. It's DBS This Morning. We'll be right back. back, DBS. Now, I think it's been a trend recently. We've been coming to you in the presence of royalty, and today is no different. We are here with Miss Teen Saint Lucia. Of course, you would have gotten your title recently in a pageant. What was that like, and was it your first pageant?
At the beginning, I felt like it was exciting because it is my first pageant. So I felt a rush. I was just like, okay, that's my calling, I have to do this. Then when I realized that it's not only about beauty, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And like, how could I say this? That's when all the struggles came in. I realized I had to be disciplined, I had to be modest, I had to be committed, and I had to have talent. So I was like, what am I going to do? What's my platform? What's this? What's that? Then, boom, it struck me. I can sing, I can dance, and I can act. So I did a mixture of them all, and I came up with a routine for my talent. Everything else came in naturally.
All right, amazing. Now, I just wanted to ask you that before I give you the opportunity to officially introduce yourself to Saint Lucia with your title. So, 3, 2, 1, who are you?
Good morning. I am Aliyah Michelle, Miss Teen Saint Lucia 2022.
All right, we love the confidence radiating off of you. Of course, you're not alone in your journey. Your chaperone, Michelle, is here with us as well. Michelle, what was it like working with Aliyah?
To be honest, when I was called on the whole pageant journey, I was asked to be a judge. So, of course, I was there for the whole auditions. So, I saw Aliyah, and when I first saw her, honestly, it was just basically an instant connection. I felt like instead of having to do the whole judging process, I wanted to undergo the challenge of having to chaperone one of the girls, which I did, and everything just fell into place. I said, since she lived in my area, this would have been like a perfect opportunity for us to meet more often, easily accessible and whatnot. But I would do the whole thing again. Honestly, she's a very confident, she's very humble. I would have done the whole thing again, honestly.
Right, amazing. I know during the pageant journey, it is so important to have a supportive and driven chaperone to really guide you through the emotional moments, the stressful moments. So, what was it like for you working with Michelle?
Okay.
I'll be very honest.
At the beginning, it was a bit tough because I didn't really know her, so I wasn't comfortable. But throughout the journey, I became comfortable and we gained a connection and everything just fell into place. Even if there was some scolding moments, it was amazing working with her.
All right. So, of course, this year's pageant had a very important theme. It was very focused on mental health, especially with events that would have taken place just before the pageant was announced. So I know the girls were each tasked with coming forth with their own platform underneath that theme. So what was your platform going into the pageant?
My platform for going into the pageant, it was basically like people keep on thinking that people only get sick by only infections and diseases. Depression and insecurities causes people to react different ways. So I wanted to use the pageant to send out a message to let everyone know that people that are going through depression are sick as well.
That is beautiful. Nice educational platform for you there. And how was that received? I know during your pageant journey you would have had different opportunities to talk about it. So in your experience, what was it like speaking on your platform?
It wasn't really easy because not everyone knows about it. But when I showed them and I let them know that it is real, and as a living person who has been through it, it was actually easier than I thought it would be.
All right, you sound like you're always up for a challenge. Of course, your chaperone is very proud of you. All right, now, officially, the biggest night, the pageant itself is over, but you still have your entire reign, possibly a year. I mean, we've had some very long reigns recently because of the pandemic, but theoretically, the next pageant will be on for next year. So what do you have planned for your reign over the next year?
Okay, like I said, the pageant just came to an end, and we are still in the planning stage. However, what I can say is that our focus is going to be mainly on the youth, since this is where since the suicidal rates among the youth is a lot more as opposed to us adults. Since we are aware that the kids are a lot more accessible at the schools, this is where we're going to be targeting. Okay, and we're hoping to also work side by side with groups, volunteer groups, and the wellness center, because this is where a lot of persons go, with their depressive states and whatnot. So, yeah, that's all we can say for now.
All right, and of course, are you looking forward to it?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's my pleasure.
All right, now, how could we have Miss Teen St. Lucia on the morning show and not ask you what secondary school you are representing?
I'm representing Entripo Secondary and Sir Arthur Lewis Community College.
All right. So alma mater, you can big up yourselves. You have taken home another crown. Of course, thank you so much for being here today, and we're looking forward to keeping in touch with you both throughout your journey. We're one call away, and we're so excited to come on board. If you're having any initiatives, we'll be seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Welcome back, DBS. Right now we are touching base with Bookie. I mean, you're no stranger to our screen, but for anybody who may not know you, let St. Lucia know who you are and what you do.
Hello, my name is Bookie Kahane. I'm an art curator based here in St. Lucia. I'm focused on making sure St. Lucia sees the current artwork that's been displayed here.
All right. I mean, you have been doing such an amazing job with the art exhibitions that we've had the pleasure of attending this year. Unfortunately, we missed the one in Viewfort, but what was that experience like?
That was amazing, a complete contrast. We had a church setting, so as you can imagine, that kind of bode quite well to the theme of emancipation, and also in terms of being able to resist. Had a great church service by Reverend Glasgow, and overall it was a great atmosphere, bringing a great sense of community to Viewfort right now.
All right. Now, at the beginning, when we attended the first exhibition at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, there was a competition going on. But today, we see a different atmosphere. The pieces are for sale. So what has that transition been like?
It's been a complete change, because what you have is artists who are now able to showcase their work and also sell their work. There's one beauty being able to produce artwork, but having the chance to sell the artwork and have buyers who are interested brings in a whole new discourse and engagement.
All right, and what's it been like working with the artists? We spoke with Derek Alexander recently, and he was just so pleased to have this opportunity to really get out of his shell and share his work. So what has working with the artists been like in your experience?
It's been amazing. The creativity is abundant, and when you have an artist like Derek Alexander, or also Nicole Edgecombe or Jean Medrick, you have these individuals who have great pieces that need to be seen, and these environments engage that and allow that to happen. And the whole experience allows me to even get to know new artists as well.
Yeah. And Dr. Keith Nuts did mention that while you are doing these activities alongside Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, you are also somewhat mentoring the staff of the college on how these things should take place. So what's your experience been like teaching your craft as well?
It's been very, very amazing, very fun. What you'll also find is that exhibition takes quite a lot of energy from you. There's the research that goes behind it, there's the fact finding, there's also ensuring that the compilation is quite nice. So all those elements that work in together to put a show together, I'm able to pass that on to Sir Arthur Lewis, the staff there, and ensure that we continue to work together, and I can learn from them and they can learn from me as well.
All right, thank you so much, Bookie, and it's a pleasure attending your events. We're looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely, see you very soon.
Welcome back, DBS. Now, we are now coming to you from the Grizzly Human Resource Center, of course, and we are with the mayor of Grizzly. It's my first time meeting you, actually. I'd like to say that I am a resident. So, nice to meet you, Mr. Mayor. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. So thankfully, we got to bump into you at this event. Now, we have been on the journey with Sir Arthur Lewis and the OAS throughout their art exhibitions. The exhibition went from the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College all the way down to Vieux-Fort, and now it is up in Grizzly. So how does it feel, and what is the energy like surrounding art exhibitions in Grizzly?
Well, it's not something that has been happening. I think the last one took place over 20 years ago. So we introduced it as a way of trying to get people interested in the talent that really is resident here in this constituency.
And of course, this comes on the heels of Grizzly Day. I mean, that must have been so exciting coming out of the pandemic, seeing people coming out and seeing them celebrate that the way they did. So, what was that like?
Yes, it was part of the Grizzly Day celebrations. We introduced the art exhibition as part of it, and we thought it was a good time to celebrate ourselves and to celebrate our talent coming after a 2-year hiatus. And yes, we feel very good about it. The energy is there, the enthusiasm is there.
All right. And we note that recently there's been a push to encourage young people to get themselves into the arts, whether that be visual arts, music, or get themselves into sports. And Grizzly, for sure, is never far behind in initiatives of this sort. So is it fair to say that we should look out for more such activities coming up in Grizzly?
I certainly hope so. That's the whole idea. I thought that we had this beautiful human resource center, and it's been put to all sorts of uses, but I had not seen much of the arts there, and I've decided to task myself to changing that and to getting this kind of activities there. So when Grizzly Day came along, I thought that we should have an art exhibition. I got together a number of young persons who are involved in art, and we sat around and we decided to have an exhibition, not on any particular theme, but just a group, an open, unfettered exhibition of art. Yeah.
Absolutely, and we have seen a wide range of pieces at the exhibition. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I do hope you enjoy.
Yes, I was pleasantly surprised at what I saw, and I'm wishing the artists well. I said to them at the time that I was hoping that something's going to come out of that. It's just not going to be just an exhibition. And I feel vindicated by what has happened, because we had these ladies from Sir Arthur, from the OAS coming along, and they seem to be imbued with a sense of mission. They got in touch with us, and we were able to put all of this together. And I feel very, very happy about it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Hey, St. Lucia and the Bullfield Lifestyle Nation. Today we are going to get down and dirty, meaning that we're going to work from rock bottom, hitting the core. So we're down on our knees and we're going to stretch the entire body first, hitting the biceps, triceps, core, chest, back, legs, everything at the same time. So we're going to take your time, we're going to stretch back and come forward in a push-up form. 1, 2, 3. I don't want you to everything flat. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In the same position, what we're going to do now, we're going to go on one leg, and we're going to try to make our knees touch our elbow. All right, let's go. 1, 2, stretch it out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're switching legs in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. We're hitting, we're going straight through. We're going down. We're sitting down. We're going to lean back slightly. And we're going to elevate our foot off the ground. And we're going to go flutter kicks. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right? Good. We're feeling the pressure already. We're going to stretch one foot out. Elevate the next one, and we're going to crunch in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure your core is engaged. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Rest it down. Next leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch it out. Feel the pressure. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job. The pain is all in your head. We're getting it done. Now, we're still in a lean back position. We're going to go crisscross. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Stretching it out. And we're going to pulse. The right hand going to pulse to the left leg. Engage your core. I'm going to go forward. We're stretching and we're hitting the core at the same time. Remember, it's down and dirty. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to touch your toe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Hands between. We're going to stretch forward and pulse it. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right. We're going on our backs. We're hitting the bicycle. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, we're keeping it explosive. Last but not least, we're going to give you the wipers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's sit down. So you're feeling all the pressure in your back. So we're going to go back to the starting form. We're going to go a little wider. Press back and forward and stretch, push up and stretch. 1. Go back. Dive forward. Press up. 2. Dive forward. Press up. 3. Let's go. Dive forward. 4. 5 more. We're almost done. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. On time. So guys, when you finish this kind of explosive exercise, you're sweating, you feel pumped, and then you know what time it is. We're getting fit and ripped, even while trying. Good morning.
And with that, we come to the end of today's show. Of course, I need to share with you your thoughts for the day before you can head on into the rest of your day. And that is, life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We simply get stronger and more resistant. So over time, you are building yourself to better respond and better adapt to anything life has to throw at you. So sometimes it is worthwhile taking some time to look back at where you have been at the most difficult points in your life and how far you have come since then. Also, before you head on into the rest of your day, I just want to remind you, there will be a book signing with Hubert Pierre at the Central Library in Castries, and you do not want to miss your chance to get a signed copy of St. Lucian History, of course, 86 years of VSADC. Also, if you are interested in checking out the art exhibition taking place at the Grosley Human Resource Center, that will be on for the rest of the week. So don't worry, you have some time to make your way over there. It is certainly worth it. Have an amazing day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.